And we're live.
I'm also not going to watch Tyson fight if they wear headgear.
Oh, why not? Who's Tyson fighting?
Roy Jones Jr.
Is he also an older guy or no?
Yeah.
He retired 2 years ago, so he's kind of in fighting shape.
Not as, you know.
He hung on for a long time, but yeah, he hasn't been out of the game like Tyson
You
has.
see some training clips of Tyson. He's fast as crap still, man.
Yeah.
He looks
Scary
really fast.
person.
I'm really suspicious. You know what? George Foreman made me suspicious. George Foreman's like, he sees what he wants you to see. He's like, there hasn't been a single clip of him for more than 9 seconds so far. And I'm like, he's right. And George Foreman's like, I'm seeing stuff I think other people aren't. Watch his right leg. His right leg's planted. It's not moving like it's supposed to. Watch this, watch that. And I'm like, fuck, George Foreman's doing analysis on this. And I'm telling you, so I've done a tiny bit of boxing. And even I look faster than I am when I hit mitts. Those mitts meet you halfway, right? They make you look fast because the guy's coming at you. I can sit there and hold my hand still, and with a good mitt guy touching them, it looks like I don't suck. That's
where's George Foreman analyzing this? This is what I want to know. Is he just doing Instagram stories?
It was YouTube. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's just bitter about the fucking ear. That's all that is.
You're thinking of not George Foreman, Evander Holyfield.
Oh, it was Holyfield. That's right.
Yeah. So they never fought. It was George Foreman talked to Muhammad Ali. I was just watching this. And Muhammad Ali, like during his comeback, he's like, "Don't fight Tyson. Don't do that. Don't do that." He's like, "That guy hits too hard. You don't want none of that." Anyway, yeah. So I'm just suspicious. I think that a lot of people can post 9-second clips and look better than they are. I think that when we watch Tyson fight a full fight, there's going to be a huge gap between who he was and who he is.
What I like about Mike Tyson the most is that in his mid to late 40s, he decided now's the time for a tribal facial tattoo. Usually that's an impulse thing in your 20s, not him.
People ask
late
why.
40s.
He said, it's because I don't like my face. And it was like, oh, that... this is a little sad.
I don't like my face.
Sad.
Funny story about Lee Priest is a pro bodybuilder from the 90s and early 2000s. He stopped competing, but Lee Priest has a bunch of tattoos. He's got a big tribal facial tattoo. He had it for about maybe 20 years, and then he recently got it removed, and all his fans are like making fun of him for it. Like, oh, you see, face tattoos are dumb. And Lee's response was, I'm getting a different one. He's just getting a new one.
I mean, so we can be fair, facial tattoos are dumb. If Mike Tyson asked what I thought, I'd be like, that's so cool, man. I love it.
I want one too. He's like, oh, good. I got my gun right here.
I got my gun right here. You gonna let me tattoo you up here?
Hope I have enough ink.
Imagine that you're laying there just terrified of Mike Tyson tattooing your face.
Have you seen Mike Tyson punk Dana White?
Yeah.
No, what do you do?
They're on Dana White's private plane, if I remember it right. Kyle, tell me if I get anything wrong. Dana White's sitting there, and Mike Tyson's walking down the hallway of this plane that seats like 12. It's a nice private plane. And Mike Tyson is like, you, get out of my seat, to Dana White. And Dana White's like, huh, all right then.
He's like, I like this seat. Mike's like, I like it better.
Did you really say that?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was set up for Instagram.
Yeah,
I didn't even
silly little video.
I didn't. I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I bought that.
So Mike Tyson's setting up physical things on Instagram and comedy. So what's his life right now? Do we even know what he's like? Is the whole cannabis thing set up too? Because he has that venture, and then after going through this cannabis business venture, now he's deciding to fight. It's like kind of a odd timeline.
I didn't know he was a fighting guy.
Oh, he's made a lot of money from the cannabis stuff. I think he's fighting because he just wants to fight.
Yeah, this is indica. It's called knockout. I mean, I guarantee he has a strain called knockout.
For sure.
I'd smoke Mike Tyson's weed. Give it a go.
Yeah, he has cannabis resorts is what his thing is. He's like putting a whole hotel and I don't know, tennis courts and boxing.
Does he need
courts
money?
at a hotel?
Boxing.
No. Well, he needed money before the cannabis thing.
I'm not convinced that resorts are making a lot of money right now.
Yeah, the not the resort, the cannabis though. I'm convinced that marijuana is making tons of money right now.
Okay, no, I didn't understand. So it's not just a hotel resort thing.
That's part of it.
Okay.
I thought Mike Tyson made like $100 million.
Yeah, but Don King took most of it.
Yeah.
What did Don King do with all that money?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hair products.
Is Don King alive still?
I don't
fucking know. I hope not.
I'll fact check it. Let's see.
But yeah, I think he did that HBO special a while back. Mike Tyson did, and that was really good. I thought I liked that a lot. Him just telling stories and talking on stage, and then he came out with the cannabis thing and made just a shit ton of money. And he's got a podcast too that's really successful. I don't think he's hurting for money one bit.
I think he was hurting for money, and then he did that comedy thing with HBO, like his life story, and that started an upward trajectory. I just kind of wondered because he's fighting and he's doing a lot of stuff. Like, I know he might just be ambitious.
Who is listening to the Mike Tyson podcast?
It's good.
What could he possibly have to say?
His Joe Rogan podcast episode was great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know he was on Joe Rogan.
Did you see his HBO special?
No.
Really good.
Yeah, so that was like sort of how he did his comeback. And he tells his story. It's a version of events you haven't heard before, like his side of the rape thing, his side of the fight thing, the ear biting, etc. And while he does it, there's like still photos or maybe even some video behind him to, I don't know, highlight what he's talking about. And it's super good. And this is a guy who you'd think would be a terrible public speaker, but no, he's a good. He's effective. It's good.
That is surprising to me. I would imagine he'd be incredibly bad at speaking, especially like boxers when they get older always sound retarded because they just get bashed in their whole lives.
Tyson, he
did a lot more bashing than bashed in.
Not the second half, but anyway, yeah, he speaks as well as he ever did, which is to say 5 out of 10.
Oh,
damn.
But he hasn't lost a point, so he's got that.
Nice. That's what they say. If you're a 5 out of 10 speaker, start a podcast.
It's a good podcast. It really is, and he gets really good guests.
It's all right. Well, of course it is. Are you going to turn down an invitation to Mike Tyson's podcast? I wouldn't. I'd be scared.
Right?
God, no.
A lot of what makes a good podcast is not your speaking ability, but your life story, right? It's the journey that you've taken. You know, if you've had some real highs, some real lows, that makes for a good thing to listen to. And it gives you some introspective.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder what age Mike Tyson would have to be for me to feel confident fighting him.
Ooh, yeah, there will be a time when you can totally kick his ass, Taylor. I don't think it's now.
No, man.
No,
well, it's certainly not now.
No. But Taylor, are you 27, Taylor?
I'm 29.
Okay. Yeah, so Taylor's 29. Tyson is he 45? Does that sound right?
So he's scaling with age, and you're staying the same age you are right now.
No, we need to scale them both, but there will be a time.
Then I don't think there's a time. Then
like,
I don't think no. Why do you think Tyson's going to live that long? Look at his track record.
All right, so Tyson is 54 and Taylor's 29. So let's add 30 years.
20 years. 30 years.
30. Yeah. So Taylor will be, is it 59 versus 84? I like
this
it.
Is a lot of,
I like
this is a lot of confidence in my ability to not get fat.
That could be good. It could be.
84-year-old Tyson is still going to be a ripped guy.
84-year-old. You think he's married?
84-year-old Tyson isn't going to be around.
I think he's going to be a corpse. But
84-year-old Tyson has been dead for 7 years.
Yeah, there, exactly.
We need to set this up a few days before death. I want to really maximize our odds.
He gets like stage 4 pancreatic. I got him.
Right? Forget 84. Make it 74. That's as long as he's going to live, right? And then we get 59-year-old Taylor. Did I do that right? No, 49. 49.
49. I think that's a pretty prime
49
age
versus 74.
Look out, Mike.
Hits their prime at 49.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're fighting prime.
Right? 47 isn't completely unable to move. And
you're going to hit your prime in just a couple more years.
In 2 more years, I'm peaking. but yeah, 49-year-old Taylor versus 74-year-old Tyson. I'm putting the house on you, Taylor.
74-year-old Tyson, he won't know what room he's in, much less anything else. I got him. I'll convince him it's a doctor's appointment and blindside him.
It's a good strategy.
With a chair, something like that. Yeah, he's already half retarded. He'll make it the whole way there, way before 74. You disagree, Kyle? Really?
No, I agree with all of that.
How did I say it mean?
You did say it mean, but I don't care about that, obviously. I just think it's going to be a long time before Mike Tyson is down to the level of like mere mortals.
74?
I still think
I don't know. If he keeps working out, if he keeps working out and stays active, like the guy doesn't work out right now. This is just genetics. Genetics have carried him to this point.
He's a genetic freak. No one can argue.
I saw him work out for 9 seconds.
There you go. Like he's only stopped like he hadn't done anything boxing related for a very long time. Like hadn't hit any heavy bags or anything like that. The man doesn't run. Like he doesn't do any of that stuff. The genetics have carried him to this point, looking like he looks right now. I just don't see him falling off the edge of the earth in the next 15 or 20 years.
I saw a video of him like shadow boxing in an Applebee's, like just for no reason. Just showing what he could do, just
getting free appetizers.
Appetizers.
Oh, my bad.
Here's where I'm coming from. What does an average NFL player live to? Like 60 or something? Like it takes years off their lives.
32. Yeah.
Sounds right.
How old is Arian Foster? Around there. Yeah.
I feel like 74. Like I don't know if Tyson will even live that long. As much as he was the guy that dished out the punishment, he took a punch. I saw Lennox Lewis fight.
Yeah, well,
but he didn't take damage. All right, how long did Muhammad Ali live? Tyson didn't take nearly as much damage as Muhammad did. Muhammad Ali. When he died. No. Ali was getting battered after he came back from Nam. So he lived to 74.
74.
Yeah, but did you see videos of him at 74?
He's knew like that he was.
He's blowing spit bubbles. He's not doing anything.
Well, the Parkinson's didn't help.
Oh no, he had
Parkinson's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Ronnie Coleman though. Ronnie Coleman has. He's like the bat. If you look like a boxer's head injuries and an NFL player's head injuries, then these bodybuilders' back injuries. He's had like 19 back surgeries, and he's barely ticking. Like he's.
Is he barely ticking, or has he made like another comeback? It's possible I have my videos out of order, but I thought Ronnie Coleman looked good right now.
In the right lighting,
good in my opinion, but he doesn't look like as good as a lot of other people.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him at wheelchairs at Fit Expos, and then we've seen him walking around and I don't know, flexing.
You don't know which Ronnie you're going to get.
Yeah,
it's a wheelchair Ronnie or walking Ronnie.
I saw him not long after his surgery, and he looked super bad. It was like, oh my goodness, like was it worth it? Were those highs worth this low? And then I saw him a few months later, and maybe I just saw the best moment of him, because it was like, damn, he's back in the gym and he's looking fit.
Yeah, I see him here. Like fit is a good descriptor. You know, like he looks like the big dude at the gym, but he doesn't look like the greatest bodybuilder who ever lived, which is what he is. Like he looks like the big dude at the gym now.
I mean, you could compare it to Arnold. Arnold looks like Arnold has gone like he's been a little like fat Arnold at the beach, but then he's like ripped Arnold at times. And
you know why he was fat Arnold at the beach though? He had fucking open heart surgery. That was a mean picture they took.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, he just had fucking open heart surgery. He couldn't do anything for months and months. And they're like, look, Arnold's lost it. I feel like Stallone like funded that whole paparazzi campaign.
Jesus Christ. No, Arnold was just in bulking season. I myself am on year 3 of a continuous bulk. I need these chips for glycogen. I need to refuel my muscles with fried potatoes.